Hello, hello, hello. Cool. So today is June 17th. Actually, I'll check it out later. Okay, so today's June 17th, right? So let's actually take a look at trade. Kind of break down. Let's break down my week. Break down my week. Oh, okay, so that's already in too. So okay, for the week, right? We're currently up 1.7, right, for the week. So not bad at all. Yesterday we had three trades. Those three trades was what made the $1,000 day, right? And then we had the 385, 309, right? And now today we're sitting. So actually, I took like yesterday. I took a trade today, right, Wednesday. But technically, I took like the morning off in a sense, and the night off. I didn't trade. Usually, I take some trades like Asian session that then will lead into New York session. Depending on the trade, depending on like the setup, the entry, how good it is, I'll enter Asian session, sometimes even GU session, and then just depends on the trade, right? So yeah, so that's that. Technically, we kind of took last night off, kind of like a little day off, but now we have enter again, especially because I understood that right now. Oh damn! What in the world? That was crazy. What? Just early 11? Is that some type of like news or something? I think we just had like news or something. So I had enter a trade right now. I think I just got stopped out. Let's see today. Yep, stopped out. Came back underneath here. I might actually just re-enter. That was crazy. That was crazy. Alright. Nonetheless, we got stopped out, right? So we just got stopped out. Awesome. Crazy. We're just literally in profit. We had an entry here, in profit, like up here. And then next thing you know, this thing just tanked to the downside. So this might be a sign for me to hold off on this trade. Maybe. Maybe still too early. That was crazy. Okay. So back to what I was saying. I was gonna say I'm in a trade, but I just got stopped out. Now, so what's my outlook, right? What's my outlook on this position? I mean, this right, what just happened right now kind of just changes a whole lot, to be honest. But let's just kind of go based off of kind of what's currently going on. Based off the daily, if I can get this right. Based off the daily time frame, right? I was currently still more bullish. This is where I kind of had like my main outlook up here, my kind of like my main direction up here. Yeah, and so currently I was actually price alert triggered. Oh, what triggered? Oh, this one triggered. Okay. So now we're coming down. What just happened? It's 11 o'clock. Because this one too, this one right here was like all the way down here. Now all of a sudden this got triggered. And this was actually a trade that I was actually going to hold off on. Interesting. Yeah, because currently, like, I'm telling you, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before, I was a lot more on GU because the setup looked better. But now the setup looks a bit better now on UJ. So now I kind of want to enter on UJ. Okay, so I got to pretty much, all right, so my outlook, right? My outlook basically on daily. Let's see. On GU, still pretty much bullish, right? I was still trying to, like, where we're currently at. I know overall is a bit more bearish, so we kind of got this little lower high, lower low, lower high. Now we're kind of pushing. We kind of seem to stop pushing, and now maybe we could start to create some type of higher low point. Maybe here, right? Maybe we just kind of got this little last push here. That might set up for something, maybe. I mean, currently, because again, if we go on H4, this was H4. So back here when this candle was happening, we were pushing up, right? So this was like struggling, and then we were pushing up. M30, look at M30. M30 was showing us a lot of like momentum, a lot of all this stuff. And I had seen this here. I knew that we was this area here, but I was like, okay, maybe we should come here, tap this area, and then from here, we'll kind of maybe push back to the downside. I didn't think it was gonna do this, but we just gapped. So now we have a gap. So something happened to the point where just, I don't know, it was crazy. And I just looked at the Forex factory thing right now, and we didn't have anything coming up. Not really a fundamental type of, look, see, 1 o'clock. President Trump speaks. So this had probably something to do with it, but why so late? It's 9:45. Oh no, it's 9:45. And so that, damn, so I didn't see that. I did not see that 2 hours ago, 1 hour ago. 9:45. Oh no, this was like an hour ago. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what happened. I just kind of made this gap down because we have a gap. And now you have all, damn, what happened? That's crazy. I don't know what just happened. Something happened to that. Because again, this doesn't come out till 1 o'clock. It maybe could have this, but maybe just a little bit late. Alright, 2 hours, 15. That's funny. So again, really good for the US dollar then, because again, this just completely took things out of proportion. This is 2 hours ago. Is this 2 hours? 2 hours? Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. This is all of it. Dang. Okay, so actually my outlook now might just have to hold off till maybe even Asian session, to be honest. I don't even know if I want to re-enter right now. Because right now we just have this heavy momentum right now pushing to the downside. So obviously something really good for the dollar just happened. This is kind of being here. Doesn't mean, I mean, it's just out the daily, right? This is still within the daily candle. So tomorrow could be completely different, right? We can get this here, and then next thing you know, that next candle just pushes the upside, right? So yeah, with that being said, I mean, I'm still bullish, right? I'm still pretty much bullish here, daily here, especially if we can kind of get, like, if this candle here becomes wick, if it becomes something that is not too appealing, right? H4 would have to show me something like, I don't know, some type of like, us not being able to push down lower, pretty much, right? And then with that being said, because at the end of the day, we're still pretty much maintaining this level here. Boom. Right, and it can be that next candle that pretty much just shifts things. We're still pretty much even within this area here. We just kind of came into this area here based off the daily, based off the day or weekly. I think is this a weekly? Or is this a daily level? This actually might be a daily level. No, it has to be weekly. It has to be weekly. So actually we're coming back down into this area here. And at this point, maybe potentially we could we'll be trading out here. So right now we're just so we're still at this area here. This is still a key level here. Pretty much came into this here, and now we're just consolidating within this area. We kind of went up, down, all that. So based off the daily, same thing here. We kind of broke above it, and now we're kind of coming back into this level here. There just seems to be a lot of momentum right now. But again, this here can open up a lot if this does. I'm still pretty much bullish. Monthly, weekly, still bullish. Daily right now is pretty much bearish. But at the end of the day, like I just said, if this ends up being like an exhausted candle, right? Then at that point, it'll give me reason to kind of but I would have to hold off on a lot. This may be like a H4. Yeah, this may be something that I look into. I don't know how I play this, to be honest. We're already starting to see this exhaustion here. I could play risky and just try to enter again, because technically we won't be too far off of this here, but that would be pretty risky. And then just kind of holding that off, maybe. Yeah, well, so we'll see how that goes. UJ, right? UJ was pretty much a lot more, I'll say bullish, right? Because bullish is off the daily, so higher low, higher high. So this is where we're kind of at. Now, I did say that this is the area that we could go to. I remember entering off, which trade was it? Forgot which trade I got into here. Somewhere here. I think I caught this push here. Something like this, right? And I told myself, okay, I can still see this pretty much coming up to this area here and then potentially selling off. Or we'd be going to daily and pretty much hitting this area here. But this was an area that I'm pretty much stuck at, right? And again, technically off just speaking, we're still pretty much maintaining. This would be that resistance level here. That would need breaking, right? So, and this is kind of what I spoke on earlier. Like, I actually wanted structure to come back into this level. Seems like we're actually pushing up a bit more, which is still fine, right? Still good. Because at the end of the day, it's like we're still not. This would be just like a level of resistance. If we end up maintaining this resistance, especially after this push, that gives me all the more like confluence as to this pretty much pushing back to the downside. Yeah, this is just one big push. So even if we had sells here, this would be that sell, right? And every time we get to this key level, we have to sell off because we don't know whether or not it's going to pull back like this or not. So that actually very helpful. Boom, boom, boom. Same thing here. I mean, technically based off, again, this is like off the daily. This is that move here. Boom, right? So we're still pretty much there. Off the weekly, it's just this here. We don't know whether or not this is going to pull back all the way down here or up here. This is where we kind of have to understand the move as a whole, understand the move as a candle, and just go about it like that. So yeah, so this will be out there. We still got this push here though. No, I'm just gonna let this be. I'll let this be. See exactly what ends up happening. Yeah, I'll try to find out what exactly happened because I don't know what the heck just happened. Yeah, so that's pretty much my outlook, right? Still pretty much bullish. Here, I think we can get a nice bullish push. For sure, a nice, especially if this maintains here. I'm still aiming for up here, like these areas here. Even just trying to come back into this area here. That was my main like outlook. I was aiming here, but barely missed it. Here's what it is. Now UJ, same thing, right? I was looking for like a lower high point somewhere here, and we'll just see if we get that, right? So same thing here. We're still pretty much pushing, right? This is still a push nonetheless. Looks like we already kind of hit that level up there. There, right here. Boom. So I know we were still going to be pushing, but again, I'm not scared to enter a sell right here because I understand the potential of that potential lower high point. I understand the potential of a potential lower high point here that can then just sell us off pretty heavy, you know. So again, this was kind of my outlook. Right now we're pretty much at this highs. Again, if we end up making higher highs, then cool, it is what it is, but I'm more focused on, okay, we're at this high point, the highs are highs, this is like ultimate highs. So let's see if we can try like finding a nice sell off at this point. And then for sure TP1 would be here. TP2, and then TP3 is like down here somewhere crazy. So we just play that play that by ear. Same thing goes for GU. Play this by ear as well. We're still pretty much here. We pretty much came in kind of at this level here. If we can see some type of exhaustion, beautiful, 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 beautiful. But as of now, it does not look like it. So again, just playing everything by ear. Start off the day with the $230 loss after being a nice little win streak here. But again, it's barely Wednesday night or Wednesday morning, right? Heading into Asian session for Thursday, and then we still have Friday. So we'll see how this ends off, right? Still want to see something big. So yeah, we'll see how this ends up playing out. Till then.